So, good afternoon, students. Today we are talking about Firefighter Agility course competition. This is a semi four-part competition built of hose drag, tire swings, kettlebells, and dummy drags. So let's get into it. Part 1 is going to be your hose drag. Alright, so step 1 is your hose drag. Pretend this is your hose. You are going to pick up said hose by the end, which would be your nozzle, and you want to put it over your shoulder and down to your hip diagonally. You're going to hold it down to your hip and you're going to hold it up at your shoulder. Once you're in position with your hose, you're going to start the competition. Now, they're going to start the timer once you start moving. So you want to walk, but you can't run. Again, they will deduct points if you run. Alright, starting your competition, you have your hose, and you start moving. You're going to have to make a turn, but you're going to turn left. I'm turning right, but same for... So once you end your hose drag and you've dragged it to the designated spot, there will be a square on the ground. You're going to want to turn around, grab your hose, and get down on one knee. For the remainder of this section, you have to be down on one knee at all times. You want to make sure that you don't fall a different direction. You want to make sure that when you're pulling your hose, you're going underneath and in front. Underneath, in front, underneath, in front, underneath, in front. This whole hose has to stay in this box. Once that hose is dragged, you feel free to get up, turn around, and move on to your kettlebell section. So, the next step is your kettlebell carry. Your kettlebell carry is meant to simulate equipment carry. They're going to be set up on top of sort of like a chair. You're going to pick them up from the chair one by one. You cannot do both at the same time. Pick up one, pick up the other, turn around, walk the designated distance, turn around and return the equipment back to where they were. Now I'm going to show you an example. Like the competitions before this, you want to make sure that you're squatting down to meet the kettlebells. I know they're going to be about this high, but you want to squat down, pick them up, walk the designated distance, turn around, walk the designated distance back, and return them to their rightful place. Alright, your next step after your kettlebells is going to be your tire swings. Alright, after your kettlebell swings, like I showed previously, you're going to be moving on to your tire swings. You want to make sure that your form is decent and reasonable. Get your stance here, pick up the sledgehammer, you're going to step over the tire, and you're going to swing it. You want to make sure that you are able to swing it without hitting yourself. You want to make sure that you're not damaging your back. No overhead swings. They will deduct points if you're overhead swinging. I believe it's 20 swings consecutively. So you're just sitting here for 20 swings. Once you're done with your swings, you have officially conquered the tire swing section. Your final and most fun section is your dummy drag. Alright, so like I showed in the law enforcement video, if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and watch it. This is your dummy drag. Basically, you're going to squat down, make sure that you don't hurt your back. You're going to stick your arms underneath your victim's armpits, and you're going to pick it up. You're going to lean back to make sure that all that weight gets on your body and not your arms. You're going to walk backwards. And in competition for Firefighter Agility course, you're going to have to pass grass. Once you're able to get your victim over the grass, you're good. The competition ends there. So, now that you've mastered all the things that you need to know for the Firefighter Agility course, that's it. You got your dummy drag, you got your tire swings, you got your kettlebell equipment carry, and you got your hose drag. You're going to be doing all that with a weighted vest or your firefighter uniform. Another video is coming soon about bunker gear race. Bunker gear race is where you race to get on all your firefighter equipment as fast and as accurate as possible while explaining the importance of the proper use of bunker gear.